Have you ever scrolled through your feed and noticed that one person who seems to be a total ghost? No selfies, no vacation photos, not even a picture of their morning coffee. In a world where attention is the new currency and our self-worth is often measured by the number of likes under a post, these people almost seem invisible. We tend to judge them, don't we? We assume they are boring, or perhaps they are struggling with their body image, or maybe they just have nothing exciting going on in their lives. But what if I told you that psychology suggests the exact opposite? What if their silence on social media is actually a loud statement of their inner strength, their confidence, and a level of emotional intelligence that most of us are still struggling to reach? Right now, you are probably thinking of someone you know who fits this description. Or maybe you are that person yourself, the one who watches everyone else perform on the digital stage, while you remain in the shadows. Today we are going to peel back the layers of the human mind, to reveal the hidden truth behind this behavior. This isn't just about being shy or private. It is about a fundamental shift in how the brain processes validation and happiness. Coming up, I am going to reveal something about these invisible people that might actually make you feel a little bit jealous of their lifestyle. We are going to break down the 5 specific psychological profiles of people who never post their photos. You will discover why their lack of a digital footprint is often a sign of a secure attachment style and a high internal locus of evaluation. The first group of people we need to talk about are those who value privacy over popularity. In psychology, we call this a high privacy orientation. Think of your life like a house. Most people today have turned their houses into glass boxes, inviting every stranger on the street to look inside their bedrooms, their kitchens, and even their messy living rooms. But these people, the ones who don't post, they prefer solid walls. They aren't trying to hide anything shameful or live a secret life. They are simply protecting their mental space. They understand a fundamental truth that many of us forget. Once you put an image out there, you lose control over how other people interpret it, judge it, or use it. By staying quiet, they keep the power of their own narrative. They decide who gets to see their joy and who gets to share their struggles. But wait, because the next reason is where things get really interesting, and it has everything to do with how your brain rewards you. This brings us to the second type, the ones who rely on self-validation instead of external validation. To understand them, we have to look at the chemistry of the brain. When most people post a photo, they are essentially chasing a hit of dopamine. Every like, every heart, and every complimentary comment is a small spark in the reward center of the brain. It feels good in the moment, but it is incredibly addictive, and more importantly, it is fragile. If the likes don't come, the mood drops. Psychologists have found that people who share less often have a very strong sense of what we call self-concept clarity. They know exactly who they are, what they value, and what they have achieved without needing 1,000 strangers to hit a button to prove it. I once knew a person who spent 3 years building a beautiful garden. When it was finally finished, they didn't post a single picture. When I asked why, they told me that the joy was in the planting and the blooming, not in the telling. That is the definition of inner security. But as deep as that is, the third type of person reveals something even more profound about emotional stability. The third group consists of the emotionally secure. Research on attachment styles shows that posting less is often linked to secure self-esteem. This is a type of confidence that does not need constant attention to survive. Think of it like this: if you are truly wealthy, you don't feel the need to walk around with stacks of cash hanging out of your pockets just to prove you have money. You just know you have it. The same principle applies to happiness and success. People with secure self-esteem don't feel the urge to post selfies to prove they are attractive or photos of their partners to prove they are loved. They feel complete in the real world. They focus their energy on real-world goals rather than digital performances. While everyone else is busy trying to look like they are winning, these people are actually winning in silence. They are building businesses, nurturing relationships, and growing as individuals without the distraction of a camera lens. But what about the way they think? This leads us to the fourth profile, the deep thinkers. These are the people with an internal locus of evaluation. This is a psychological term that basically means they judge themselves by their own standards, not by the standards of the crowd. They are naturally introspective and highly self-aware. They think before they speak, and they certainly think before they post. To them, a photo is just a flat, two-dimensional representation of a multi-dimensional living moment. They often feel that capturing a sunset on a phone actually takes away from the experience of seeing it with their own eyes. They prefer authentic, deep conversations over the superficial interactions found in a comment section. They would rather have one meaningful 3-hour dinner with a close friend than receive 500 fire emojis from people they haven't spoken to since high school. They aren't being antisocial, they are being selectively social. They are choosing quality over quantity. And this brings us to the final and perhaps most important group, those who have mastered the digital illusion. This fifth group understands the social comparison theory better than almost anyone else. They recognize that social media is a distorted reality, a carefully curated highlight reel where people only show their best angles, their most expensive meals, and their happiest smiles, while hiding their late-night anxieties and their daily struggles. They see the trap for what it is. They know that the moment you start posting for an audience, you unknowingly start comparing your behind-the-scenes footage with everyone else's highlight reel. This creates a toxic cycle of envy, anxiety, and a feeling of inadequacy. By staying low-key, they protect their mental health from this endless, exhausting comparison. They choose peace over performance. They have realized that the most beautiful moments in life are often the ones that are impossible to capture on camera because they are felt in the heart, not seen on a screen. They are living for the experience itself, not for the evidence of the experience. But hold on, because we are about to uncover the biggest twist of all, something that might change the way you look at your own phone and your own life forever. So, what is the real takeaway from all of this? We used to look at the ghosts of social media and think they were hiding because they were afraid of being seen. But the truth we have uncovered today is far more powerful. They aren't hiding because they are afraid. They are hiding because they are finally free. This is the ultimate reframe of our modern era. Choosing not to post is becoming the new superpower of the 21st century. It is the superpower of digital autonomy. When you stop posting for the crowd, your happiness becomes unhackable. Think about that for a second. If you don't build your house on the land of likes and comments, then no one can tear it down with a single mean remark or by simply ignoring you. You become the sole owner of your emotional state. While the rest of the world is trapped in a frantic feedback loop, constantly checking their notifications for a hit of external approval, you are standing on solid ground. This is what it looks like to have real raw power over your own mind. It is the rare ability to exist without being perceived by thousands and yet still feel completely and utterly whole. Now I want you to take a moment of radical honesty and look at your own relationship with that device in your hand. The next time you feel that sudden, urgent itch to post a photo, that desperate need to show the world exactly where you are or how good you look, I want you to stop and ask yourself one piercing question. Am I doing this because I want to cherish this moment, or am I doing this because I want others to envy me for this moment? If the camera vanished right now and there was no way to prove this happened to anyone else, would this experience still feel valuable to you? If your answer is no, or even if you hesitate, then you might be living a life that isn't actually yours. You might be performing a lead role in a play for a crowd that isn't even really watching. They are too busy worried about their own performances. Remember, your life is not a content library for the public to browse. It is not a brand to be managed or a product to be sold. It is a series of precious, fleeting, and deeply personal moments that belong only to you and the people you choose to share them with. You do not owe anyone a front row seat to your private world. Being invisible online does not mean you are missing out. In fact, it often means you are the only one who is truly there. While everyone else is busy squinting through a tiny glass screen, trying to find the perfect filter to make their life look better, you are the one actually seeing the colors of the sunset. You are the one feeling the true warmth of a hug without thinking about how it looks from the side. You are living for the soul, not for the lens. If this realization hit you differently today, then you are exactly the kind of person who belongs here. You are someone who wants to understand the deep hidden gears of human behavior, rather than just floating on the surface. But do not let this be just another video that disappears into your watch history. You need to hit that subscribe button right now. And you need to do it because in our very next session, I am going to reveal a psychological secret about social media that 99% of users are completely blind to. This secret is actively shaping your personality and your anxiety levels every single day. And you definitely do not want to miss the chance to understand how to protect yourself before it is too late. You won't want to miss what is coming next. Stay grounded, stay mindful, and never forget that you are enough exactly as you are, even if the world never sees a single pixel of it.